won a series, Philo, Wallace. Something that always pleases the fans and adds a bit of excitement around the region. 2-0 and looking for a whitewash. Well done, West Indies.
Good evening, Philip. Thanks for having me back on your program again. Yeah, West Indies have obviously won the T20 series against South Africa. They're 2-0 up with one to go. The second T20. So West Indies put in a better bowling performance. I heard the commentator saying it was a below par score, but I didn't think that way. When you look at the fragile South Africa batting, 180 was going to be a challenge on the surface. And when the way in which West Indies bowlers bowl, you really thought that they would have come out on top, and they have done that. Congratulations to them, to Darren Sammy and the management unit. And obviously, it's one step closer to what they're trying to achieve in relation to the T20 squad.
Well, I am sure you are pleased with the performance of Romario Shepherd, the man of the match. In fact, in our last exchange, that was one of the areas of concern. And I can tell you that I I would like to see Romario Shepherd perform over a long period of time before I'm convinced he's the right man for the job. But what I admire him for is his tenacity and the fact that he has persisted. I prefer that the bowler who's going to bowl one over, get knocked around the park, and then that's the end of that. Because a bowler like that is very easy for the opponents to deal with. You just attack him when he comes on, and you remove that threat. So while I am still not a fan of the idea of Romario Shepherd, the finisher, I admire the fact that he stuck to the task and helped West Indies to win on this occasion.
Well, today was more consistent in his lines and his limbs. I thought his pace also was important. He read the conditions of the surface at the Barlar Cricket Academy there in Tarouba in South Trinidad. I thought he read the conditions well. And he actually bowled to a field. And it's good to see him using his head and trying to get the ball in the right areas more often than not. I thought he bowled with a bit more aggression as well. He didn't come in and bowl those light deliveries that he's accustomed bowling. And obviously he looked the part. You have to commend him for coming back from the T20 World Cup. We can start there. Then the first T20, he looked really short of work. But again, he held his hand up and he bowled well. Congratulations to him. I believe he also won man of the match. So it's a good game for him. And we can hope that this is a step towards consistency. We always use this word in West Indies cricket, being consistent. And we hope that this is the beginning of a good run for him, because there's only one more T20 game before they take a break. We would expect him to build from the second T20 into the third if he's playing. And then obviously give him something to go off in the winter to really feel proud about. But well done to him. And let's hope that this is something new that we're seeing from Romario Shepherd, being consistent.
Athenaeus, how has he fitted into the opening role?
Well, I think he's lucky to be in the opening role, Philip, but he's there. He's doing the job that is expected. Johnson Charles was given the opportunity to be in the squad, but he hasn't played as yet. Alec obviously has partner Shai Hope, and obviously he's scoring runs. And the beauty about it, I like what I saw today, is that he hit the ball down the ground with authority. I mean, a batter can do that. You can sense that he's in control. Gets so soft. But that's something I believe that he also will have to work on, the management unit as well. Assistant coach Florifa, who I believe is in charge of batting, will have to speak to him about staying longer at the crease. It's T20 cricket, but if you get in, you can get runs. And I think that he needs to learn from Shai Hope, who is his partner, who batted well today. Shai Hope allows him to take control, and then if he gets out first, Shai Hope then takes over, which is good. Sensible, mature batting by Shai Hope. But Alec Antonas, obviously, he's the one that they've been trusted to take that opening roll up, and he's done it pretty good. 40 odd today for a start would be a good start. You know, Brandon King is out with injury, and if he's given the final T20 game, we will hope that he can really kick on and even get a proper score over 50. But he looks the part, and we can hope that he can continue to develop. And we also have to look at for a bit that this is our test match. After who batched up in the middle order about 4, I think he batched in the test matches. But we have to hope that this T20 cricket can help him to understand how to, not look to play a lot of pretty shots, but look to bat sensible. Being at the top, you have to bat sensible. And obviously you can still construct it in it. So we're hoping that we're reverting it. We're putting him to play T20 cricket, to try and help him to develop even more of a stroke player. But I do hope that it works and he continues to grow from strength to strength. But we do need him in white ball, as we can see. He's a good fielder as well. And we definitely need him in the test matches when they come around again late in the year.
We love to pigeonhole people, and for many years, there were those who believed that Shai Hope um, couldn't really handle the white ball cricket at the T20 level. We all know his record at 50 over level. Those of us, of course, who would have seen him over the years at the local level and watched the development probably would have recognized the folly of that belief. And he continues to score runs and to score runs in a very positive way.
Yeah, but Shai Hope has re-established himself as a white ball cricketer. It's sad that he has not been playing red ball cricket for quite a while now. A lot of people like to see him play red ball cricket. Don't know what's going to happen there, but he looks good at the top of the order in these two games. He looks assured of himself, I must admit. One thing I like about him is that he's challenging the short ball, which I think is very good for opening batter. Once you can get that short ball played quite comfortably, it sets you up well for the other deliveries. And again, he's looking to hit the ball down the ground, hitting the ballers over their head if their lengths are not right. And if the pace is not right, he's looking to go after the ball. And so it's good. It's running between the wickets. Is also good. He looks assured of himself. His stroke play looks very good at the top in these two T20s. And you're hoping that for Shai Hope's sake and for West Indies, that he can continue to be consistent because he has been the most consistent white ball batter for us over the years, despite the Purans and the Powells and those guys. He's been the one I believe that has really stood out, and I hope that he continues to stand tall and continues to churn out the runs for West Indies. Mind you, is white ball cricket, and maybe down the road we don't know. We can see him playing red ball cricket if the opportunity presents itself.
In the days when, well, not too long ago, when the team was selected apparently by results of the beat test, Sherfane Rutherford seemed to have been in the wilderness. But I think maybe now they're looking more towards actual performance on the field to select teams. And Rutherford has proven his worth.
He's a quiet assassin. He reminds me of Hendrik Clarkson, only that he doesn't have right here. But he hits the ball quite hard and he scores. He scores quickly. He has the ability to clear the ropes, and I think that he's a good find for West Indies cricket. And I hope that he continues to mature in the role that he's playing in the middle. He doesn't bowl as much as he used to, so that could be good for him to just focus on his batting. But I think that he's an asset. I hope that he can continue to grow from strength to strength and keep churning out those important runs. And he had a good partnership today as well with Captain Powell. And you can see that his value is really respected in that team. He's not a bad fielder either. And he seems to understand his strengths and his weaknesses as a batter. And he goes about his business very simple. And he produces more often than not.
I had a conversation with a colleague in the media center during the Cricket World Cup, and the subject of Shamar Joseph came up, and his response was nothing special. I'm not so sure that I agree. I think this young man is very versatile and a cricketer who has the ability to inspire.
He's a cricketer, Philip, and he wants to play cricket. And we undervalue pace in the Caribbean. The ECB is looking at pace. If let's pick a left-hand seamer who bowls at 90 miles an hour, who doesn't have a good first-class record, but he bowled at 100 miles in the hundreds. No pun intended. So pace is valuable. And we in the Caribbean continue to undervalue pace. Shamar Joseph is value to West Indies cricket. Showed it today in that T20 game. He came in and he hit his lines and length. He bowled good Yorkers and he got wickets at crucial stages. Pace, once you have good control and understands what you're doing, you're an asset in anybody's team. And I think that we need to use him wisely. I know a lot of offers on the table for him, from what I've been told, and he will have to sit down and work out what is best for him, because he's going to be a all format player for West Indies. What I like about him too, Philip, is that he can field, he's a good catcher, and he can bat. I heard one of the commentators saying that they believe that he should move up the order because he can hit sixes as a batsman. He can bat. He's a good batter, and I think that you have to give him and he likes responsibility. So when you find a player like that who likes responsibility, who wants to bowl fast and enjoy cricket, just allow him to enjoy it. Just manage him properly and let him go and enjoy it, and he can bring on the others. Today we saw him bowling well. We saw Moti bowling well. We saw Shepherd bowling well. We saw Rutherford getting runs.
Hossein,
Those are four Guyanese. there are four Guyanese, and they feed off of each other. And that is good to see in West Indies cricket. And I hope that the authorities will see the importance of keeping guys together. Once one is performing, it can have a domino effect down to the others. And I'm happy for him, and I hope that he continues to go from strength to strength and stay injury free.
Well, there's another Guyanese in among the reserves, Shamar Joseph, and a couple of other guys. Do you think maybe they'll get a look in for the final game, or do you think that West Indies should just pick what they consider to be the strongest team to win?
But I think that just should try with a big strength. Ekman was in our T20 World Cup squad, didn't get a game. This Obed Bakoy who got a couple of games in the T20 World Cup. And I think that they should be given the opportunity in that third and final T20. Yes, you want to win the series 3-0, but there are some players that you can put a rest to and give the others a run, because you look at Roston Chase, he's not to even be the Roston Chase that we're accustomed to seeing. His game is a little dull from what we saw in the World Cup and the series against South Africa and Jamaica early in the year. We thought that, when I thought that Roshan Chaser really kick on, he batted at number 4 today. He didn't get a batting in the last game, I don't think. So they still
He
take
came in
some,
and struck the winning run in the last game. Didn't really get,
yeah,
didn't have much,
but
but
not
he
a,
just
yeah, get back at number 5. But you can look and see that he bowled one over today for 23 runs. So when you look at, and you got Hussein and Moti who bowled really well today, maybe you could even give him a rest and bring in a Hetma. So that there's opportunities for the bench strength. But you know how West Indies do it, Philip. They'll play the same team and then they will say, well, we'll wait for the next series. And the next series will come. And the guys who are on the bench might not even start. They don't like to change winning combinations, but it's just wait and see. I thought Matthew Ford today, both on light deliveries and got punished. Sometimes you can't rest on your laurels in this T20 game. You need to be on your P's and Q's from ball one. So there's some areas where we still have to brush up on, particularly some of the individual players. But as a team, I thought as a team we played really well.
well, one match to come. What do South Africans have to do to be more competitive, or maybe even to get a consolation win?
South Africans need to play better T20 cricket. I thought today 179. They allow West Indies to get 179. Markham is bowling very, very poorly indeed. He should only touch the ball if he's going to field it. He shouldn't bowl. His bowling is just on off ball, and these things do happen. There's a lot of pressure on the young 18-year-old. There's no real lead bowler. Barton was supposed to be that lead bowler, but he's not. He's not even bowling a new ball. So they're tinkering as well with their bowling unit. Looks a little weak, very semi medium pacer, not very, very effective. And then when you look at the batting lacks intention. I think Van der Dursten is a disappointment for all the experience that he's bringing to the side. He led the side in Jamaica when they were on the strength, and now he's back in a full strength side. And he doesn't look at the part at all. He's struggling completely against his spin. He gifted his wicket today, which was unnecessary. He could have just knocked that ball for a single, even tried to get closer. So they need more muscle in the middle of their batting in order to get away the West Indies spinners. They have good starts, but there's nothing in the middle. Stubbs a lot of pressure on him, but he's not a finisher. He gets out against the runner player when they're in good positions. They can't seem to capitalize on it. So there's a lot of problems in relation to their batting. They're a good fielding unit, but their batting needs that muscle that is lacking. See, there's no Quentin de Kock at the top of the inning to challenge the bowlers. Herrick Larson is not here. He would have knocked with or short of a length balls from the spinners over mid wicket and long off for 60. So they don't have that kind of muscle. That is something that's going to worry them going forward to obviously down the road and into the World Cups. Because you realize that you need the muscle in certain tight situations in this T20 game, and South Africa certainly don't have it.
Philo, we lost the Test series 3-0 to England. We suffered the disappointment of going under 1-0 to South Africa, even although we were probably more competitive. So a win here in this series is good for the fans, it's good for the players. Yes, it's a different format, but it's still West Indies cricket. So maybe we should be hoping, putting all the positive thoughts into winning on Tuesday so that we really have a comprehensive victory.
Yes, I think it'd be very important to beat South Africa 3-0 to get some momentum, to bring a bit more pride and give us a bit more muscle room going forward into these T20 formats and series that we have down the road. So I think that Darren Sammy and his management unit be looking to close out this series 3-0. and push South Africa further back. You have to remember that South Africa went to the finals as well in the just concluded T20, a World Cup that was held in the Caribbean, the USA. That final was played at Kensington Oval. So if we can beat semi-finalists of the T20 World Cup 3-0, it is telling us that, at least we're making progress. Mind you, they're minus some of their senior players, but the South African side is the South African side as far as I see it. If you bring a side to the Caribbean and you don't bring your main players, that has nothing to do with me. It's South Africa at the end of the day. So if we can beat them 3-0, it will give us momentum going into the winter T20 series.
Hello, Wallace. Thanks for sharing your thoughts. On point as usual and giving us much to think about. And certainly we look forward to hearing more from you before or at the conclusion of the T20 series.
Thank you, Philo.